Senzi, got the DA in the building. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, we got the famous keyboardist. Who is on Nasty C's song come through. Love it. Love it, love it. How are you, Cindy? Yo! Wow, I feel the pressure of like, how does this thing even go off? So I think I just want to do an intro. But I don't think I need to do an intro because like if you don't know Banda, like what are you doing with your life? I see he's online already. But anyway, I'm gonna save this live. And then, oh, we got a Mars in the building. Hello, gentlemen. How you doing? So this evening, I'm chatting to a legend, really a legend in my books. We met actually at Daniel. We met. Good evening, everybody. We met at the Orbit in Johannesburg once, actually. Such an amazing gentleman, such an amazing heart, an incredible soul. Zuko in the building. So yeah, such a privilege to have him on the interviews, like I normally do interviews every now and then. Banda, we're gonna just chat about him and chat to him, actually. Find out who he is, where did the name come from, where does his style come from? Come on now, have you seen his style? So dope. I actually got an inbox to say I should ask, I hope he's listening, if he has a brother. Do you have questions, friend? Do you have questions? So yeah. Spoke to him this afternoon. And just to confirm this. So yeah, we're going live. Karen Higgins, I don't know if it's still Higgins, is in the building. Hey friend. Hope you're good. I don't know how to take away this Thursday. King!
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
I'm grateful. Just tired, eh?
I know, we spoke on the phone and we're like, we both tired, man. So this has been coming on for like how many weeks? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
It's
a month?
3 weeks now. It's 3 weeks. And I realized today when you said, I want to postpone, I'm like, no, let's not do it because I don't know if anything will get any better for me.
So officially you have time to rest after going on tour for like the past 2 weeks? Sorry.
There's
Are you
always
okay?
something to... No, I am. There's always something to take care of, but resting is overrated for me right now, at least.
You heard that. Resting is overrated for him. Okay, so if you want to book him, it came up from the horse's mouth. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there.
You know what just happened? Let me tell you what just happened. So I've got a limiter for my social media. I get 2 hours a day to be on social media.
Okay.
So when that 2 hours hits, it switches off automatically. And so it asks me if I want to continue. So I just said yes now. That's why I went off, like, because it was saying no. You've had your 2 hours. Cut.
Wait, is that like a self-control mechanism that you put on your phone?
Yes.
For yourself?
Yes.
Oh, so you're saving data first of all, and second of all,
not really data. Not really data. It's more like the time, because you can spend so much time on social media and you find that you haven't done the work that you're supposed to be doing.
That's true.
You get me? So
I get you.
I don't have enough time on the day. So I try and visit what's going on social media, but I still have work to do. So I cut it. When I've done 2 hours, I know that I'm not supposed to be there any longer.
Well, I'm not gonna get involved. I think I just broke that rule today, right? I just broke that rule today.
You did. You did.
Askis. Askis. We can
Nah, it's
end it
fine. It's
though.
okay. It's okay. I don't mind. I'm supposed to be a human also and rest.
Yeah, you are. You are. So
Yes,
listen, the name
yeah.
Banda Banda. Okay, let me just tell everyone that is here. I don't know who's here. Akona is here. The Nail Queen. Zolangi. Yo, there's a lot of people. Told Trigger. But anyway, so we met at the Orbit. I actually
Yeah.
don't remember. Like, we met, I just have a vague idea that we met at the Orbit when it still existed. And then that's about it, right?
I think so. Me,
Nothing
my memory
fancy.
is, yeah, nothing fancy. But I think when you meet someone and you have a conversation with them once, or like even a short conversation, if you find it like a common like liking to say, oh, this person is cool, it's cool, that's enough. You don't have to have many stories. I believe that you don't have to meet people many times. You can meet them once and
No.
connect, that's fine.
And I've always wanted to ask the name. Banda Banda. Like, if I had to double barrel my name, it wouldn't be as cool. Like, imagine Nadine, Nadine. Like, that's very odd. But you out here are ripping Banda Banda. How did you get to that name?
So Banda is my name and my surname.
For
I
real?
mean, yeah, so it's who everyone calls me. But I never liked it in tertiary. They used to call me that in tertiary. I never used to like it until everyone was calling me that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Because I preferred my other Zulu name, which is Tembinkosi. But everyone started calling me, yeah, Tembinkosi. So I never really liked it. Now I don't like people calling me Tembinkosi because um, it's a name that represents the people that took care of me. So when you call me that, it's like you've known me for a long time. So I never use
Wait,
that
so
name.
let me be frank. So on your birth certificate, it says Banda Banda or Banda Banda Tembinkosi.
No, it's Panda Tembinkosi Panda.
I never knew this about you. I did not know this about you.
But that name also, you remember that Panda is a surname. So when
Mm.
when when I was growing up, I had to change that name to Tembinkosi Panda. So now I need to go back because I didn't like the Panda one. So now I need to go back and put the Panda back again.
I feel like that's a you problem, friend. That's like a you
Yeah, it's
problem at
my
this.
problem.
But then, okay, I got asked, I need to ask someone this, well, ask you this
Okay,
from someone, like
okay,
DM. They
okay.
asked me to ask you if you have a brother, or like, are you
No, I do.
available?
No, I do have two brothers.
Guys, you heard it. So don't ask me my
Oh.
DMs that you have brothers. You have two brothers.
And I'm available for gigs. I'm available for shows. I'm available to travel. So I am available to travel for shows. I'm available to consult. I'm available for that.
Okay. Okay, we get you. You heard that as well. So stop DMing me about asking him these personal questions, please. I've asked the questions that you want. He has two
Yeah,
brothers, guys, and he's available to get booked for shows. That's about it.
yeah. Someone is saying here that limiter sounds like a wife. My limiter for social media sounds like a wife. And I'm like, no, don't be
Okay.
toxic. With my friends, we talk about people who are toxic. Don't objectify women. Don't be toxic.
That's right. I
Wives are
feel
good
it.
for us. Women are good for us. We love women. So don't compare them to phones and security things. No. Yeah, anyway.
Amandala. Put it that way, like Naomi said.
Amandla. Yeah.
Exactly.
Amandla.
Okay, your style. Okay, I have to say you have the dopest style. Like the
No, thank
dopest
you.
style.
Thank
How
you. I don't
do
believe
you
so.
just born with it, or you just dress the way you feel like it, or what? Like you look dope in your pictures. I don't know how though, you know?
So let me tell you a story. First of all, I don't think I've style.
Okay.
And that's how I've always seen it. I think I'm honest to how I dress to myself.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so whatever I buy, something that I really like, and when I put them together, they 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 bring out the
Fire.
best of me. That's all.
Just
I
say
don't think,
fire.
yeah, yeah.
Stop trying to be modest. Just say it. Fire. That's all you need to say.
I don't know because I'm not the one looking at it most times, but I think I'm honest to myself. So if that is fire, yes, it's fire.
It's fire. I'm telling you, it's fire. Like I've heard a
Oh,
lot of
thank
people
you.
say it's fire. Even from me, it's fire. Like it's dope. You know, I wear some print, but then you just wear like chessboards and then checkers print and then stripes, and you're like, bruh, I would have never put that combination together. You know. So, and I've seen it firsthand. So it is fire. I've seen it live. You know.
Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. I actually don't know what to say.
Just give me one
Damn,
second.
that's fine. Take your time. I'm here.
Sorry, guys.
Are you trying to charge the phone? Oh, you're talking to family.
No,
Anyways, guys, I see Cameron is online. Thank you, my brother, for
who's on that?
Cameron Ward. He's a guitarist from Cape Town.
Cameron. You would
I
know him.
featured
I
him on my
wouldn't.
album.
Ah, did you guys hear that? On his album. On his album. He's just not a bassist. He has his album. First, can I speak about energy and media? Like, I know you're big on energies. And then, like, how do you channel that with, like, being a musician and also being, um, like, an independent artist? Like, how do you channel that energy? Is it something that you grew up with, your foundation, or it's something that you, like, intentionally?
You're asking me four questions. Let me answer one first. The energy question.
Mm.
Uh, so on the energy side, I think the way I look at energy is more like how honest can I be to myself? And if I'm honest to myself, then anyone who bounces their energy on me has to
Sorry.
resonate with my already vibrating energy. So I'm always honest to them.
Yes.
Did you catch that?
You said that you're always honest to the energy. I
Yeah,
caught it.
yeah, so whoever is vibrating around me, if the energy is aligned to how I vibrate, then we're good. There's no pre anything that has to be done. That's when it comes to me as a person, but it doesn't mean that that will automatically get you into my space. When it comes to the music side, when I find that you are doing what you are doing and you are honest to how you do what you do,
Mm.
then that's good with me. Whatever genre, whatever level you are at in your music, like how no matter how old or young you are, for me that's the main thing. How honest you are to what you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I deal with it on the music element. But on the personal element, I like everyone obviously, but I resonate with people who are honest to themselves first, not trying to be something they are not.
So then, how do you decipher like people's motives? Because I know in the industry you have to figure out people's motives when they come at you. You know?
But I don't have to do that. I believe I don't have to do that. I believe I have to do it. I have to decipher myself as Banda.
I get it.
Then everyone else who bounces off me, the energy that they give to me will tell me what they are because I know myself. I don't have to
I
invest
feel.
any time on anyone else. I don't have to like spend so much time trying to find out this person is like this, oh, this person is like this. I just know from the word go because I know myself. So the same way you ask me about clothes and you say, how do I put
Mm.
clothes together? It's the same thing I use, the same principle. When I buy something, I buy it because I like it. It's not because it's going to match something else in my wardrobe. I just like it. So I buy that, I put it in my wardrobe. And because all the things that I have, I like them, how I put them together is even easier because I already like them. So when it comes to people also, I use the same thing. When I meet someone and everything, I can tell if their vibe is for me because I know my vibe. So I don't have
I
to spend
get
time talking about, I think this person will work with me or not. No, I don't have time for that.
You know, the reason why I'm asking that question is because a lot of people go in with a motive first, thinking that people won't pick up that energy, that people won't pick up that vibrations from the cosmos. You know, so
Mm.
as much as they hide it away, like it's all around them because of the energy that they bring. You know what I mean? So people might just see you as like the bassist, but there's a bigger picture than that. Do you know what I mean? Like who you work with is who you chose to work with. That's what I'm trying to say. Like people want to be like Banda, but they don't get the element of why you work with these people, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm very particular as a human being, anyways, and I've got layers. As a human being, I've got a lot of layers, you know, and these layers come from everything that makes this one entire self, which is Banda, and 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 they are not as basic as you see me, then it's done, you know. And I have this even with people that have been around me for a long time. That you have all these layers and layers and layers and layers, and I'm like, everyone should have those layers because that's what makes you the human being you are, you know. And the people I work with, the people that I chill with, like it's all curated to serve a bigger thing that I'm trying to communicate, which is self-knowledge, self-love, which is awareness of your history, awareness of your people, awareness of what you are supposed to be. So there's always like a bigger picture to everything that I'm doing. It's not just I'm just doing it. I don't believe, because I believe in leadership. I don't believe as a leader you should be reactive. I believe that you should be active. Or, or on most instances, you shouldn't depend on reacting to situations. You must create the situation. And when you create situations, then you have a bigger control on how the narrative will go. And if you are reacting without thinking, then you are always on the back foot, you know. It's like this thing that's always happening in our society where something would happen, other races, something would happen, and then we react, we're tired of this, and then we keep quiet again, you know. But leaders, they will address it without anything and say, yo, this is not supposed to happen like this. We could live better. We could live like this, like this, like this. So by the time something happens, you're like, but this is what we're talking about. We shouldn't do this. You get me? So yeah, that's my brain is scatterbrain. It goes like this, as you can hear.
I can hear. I can hear you see my leadership. So actually, you are a very deep person. That's what I'm picking up. You're very
No,
deep, deep.
I don't want to use word deep.
What do you want to use? What do you prefer using?
I would rather use the word trying to get to the honest place all the time. Because the word deep sounds like other people can't access it. You know,
Mm.
and everyone has a way to be honest to themselves. Everyone has that point where they can be honest. When it benefits them, people become honest to themselves. When it benefits them.
Which is true because a sense of honesty as well, hey, demands a sense of vulnerability as well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you being honest, it opens up such a space of vulnerability. So then do you then channel that vulnerability through the energy that you give off?
The biggest, well, you know, there's a Bible verse that says, when you are weak, you are strong. I don't know if it's a Bible verse. Yeah. It's not a Bible verse, but it says, when you are weak, you are strong. I believe in that so much because when you
Mm.
act weak, you're at your strongest. Because everything you are is not dependent on just you. You depend on something that's outside, rather something that you can't touch and feel, to be the one that intervenes in your situation. So when you become vulnerable, you become your strongest. That's why when they say if someone is vulnerable, don't try and push them because they can do something that is regrettable to them. Because whatever strength they have, they could take it out on you, or courage, whatever it is, you know. So I believe that vulnerability is part of strength. It's the biggest part of strength, actually.
Mm. I resonate to that. I do. Then I wanted to ask you, did you always pursue being in the music industry? Have you always pursued it? Or did you like have something like out of varsity, this is what I want to do one day, and then all of a sudden music found you?
Mm. So I never grew up with music around me. The only time I was exposed to music is when I was listening to radio or hearing people playing music in my township in Durban.
Mm.
And I remember this one time there's a gentleman who came with some church service and he was playing keys. And when I saw him do what he did to the keys and how he was playing them and how happy it made him, I saw that this is what I wanted to do. And I've
Mm.
never looked back. So I went home and told my grandparents that I want to do this music thing my whole life. And my grandparents asked me one question: is it going to make you happy? I said, yes. And then they said, go for it. So I've never looked back. So whatever I do now has to feed the honesty and the happiness that I promised to do this thing for, not for money, for happiness.
And that's important, eh? That's important because even if you do get the money, it still won't make you happy.
I've never made money from music, actually.
That's the type of honesty I need, though. Like, people like to paint this picture. Like, for me, the radio, I've been in radio for the past year. I came back to radio, you saw that. Do you
Mm.
know I've been volunteering this entire year? Not a cent has been given to me. And I can resonate with that. Like, it's not even about the money. Even if you did give me the money, it'll be a benefit of what I really love. So then,
Yeah.
COVID didn't, you never felt COVID. Is that what you're saying? You never felt
Everyone
COVID?
felt COVID.
Like,
No, everyone felt. I felt COVID. I really did. I really, really did because it's COVID is not just a financial thing; it's a mental thing. Think about it. Uh, you you've given your life to doing something that you love, and suddenly it's illegal to do it. That's a big because playing music was illegal. So it's not even about money now. It's more like you are not allowed to play. You are not allowed to share what you've always shared your whole life. That's crazy. So I can't say it didn't affect me. It affected me in all the ways, financial, mental, spiritually. It was, yeah, it did. But it
I
made
never
me
saw it
stronger.
like that. You just gave me a new perspective. I really did not see it like that.
Yeah, so when people ask about this
Wow.
COVID thing, they always try and address the financial side. And I'm like, the financial side is a lie. The true sense is that you are not allowed to do what you are supposed to be doing by law. Means you can't feed your soul, you can't feed your spirit, you can't share the love that you share to people all the time to help them heal and also to heal yourself. That's the bigger loss.
Yes, that is like a loss that's even not monetary. You can't even put a value on that, to be honest.
Invaluable. You're right. So when you ask me about COVID, I'm like, that's why I don't even want to discuss COVID. Like it's overdone. It's not changing anything. We could do what we do with the laws of the land and try and keep on doing, because we are here. No one said it's going to be easy to do what we love. No one said it's going to be like this amazing journey that has no like pullbacks. So I don't even give COVID like too much of my time, especially here on
And
social
then,
media.
and then project-wise, I know you have an album out. How is that? What's your album about? The background of it? How did you initiate it? How was the creativity process about the album?
So I recorded an album 4 years ago, I think, or more.
Mhm.
And I thought, I'm going to release it. I'm going to release it. It got delayed until I put a date on it. In 2019, I put a date that I'm going to release an album in March in 2020. So the day I
Mm.
released the album is the day of lockdown. So think about it. You have worked on this body of work, you put it up, you make sure you do a pre-order thing. On the day you release it is the day where the lockdown is starting. So everyone is in panic, but I was like, God's things work in perfect timing. The work
Mm.
I do, the work I do is is timeless anyways. So it can come out now. If you get to hear it in 2021 or 2037, doesn't matter for me because it still will be the honest truth. And the message is about my people. It's about loving one another. It's about memory. It's about identity, And I collaborated with different musicians from all over Africa. It's called Banda and the Crocodiles because the crocodiles
Mm.
represent the unity or rather the diversity of our people and how they can coexist in all the spaces, either they are rich or poor, they know how to exist. So that's the project I put up there. And a lot of music is a dedication to my people, mostly my family.
Banda
That's
and
what
the
it is.
crocodile. I've actually listened
Yeah.
to someone's. I think you shared it on your story or on Facebook.
Yes, I did.
A clip of it.
I did. I've not even performed the music since the release. Besides the tour that I've been doing with Zoe, then I did like perform some of the songs there. And I think people are really, really liking it because it's something very different. It's something that connects to your core, your being as an African especially. And yeah, and it's important, it's music that speaks to your soul. So
Are you planning to have a show, even if it's virtually?
virtual shows are overrated right now. People can go on YouTube and just see a show. I mean, really. We did so many
No, I'm
virtual shows.
laughing.
I'm tired.
I'm laughing because there's someone probably on this live that's going to see it later. It's like they're planning this whole virtual show, and you out there just saying, it's fine, forget it.
No, remember, I said to you, I did say to you, I don't react, I act. So I've done a lot of shows. Last year,
Yes.
we did a lot of shows on virtually. I don't know how many. Some of them are on
Yeah.
YouTube. We did a lot of shows. But I also did a show, like a series, a four-part series where I had Medusa Makatini, Zoe Modicha, Langama Vosa, and Bushe Bendalo on a live stage with an audience. And I know how
Mm.
that felt. I did a whole festival last year. And people were saying they wanted a virtual part of it. I'm like, no, it's either you are there or you are not there, because this virtual thing is okay now.
We're
No, no,
overdoing
no.
it. The sector overpopulated.
I'm not saying we shouldn't do it. People can do it, but I'm just saying for me right now, I wanna like do things that will make like people get healed on the spot now. No, it's fine. Sure,
And that's
virtual
okay.
shows.
So then, seeing that you mentioned that, you said you want people to get healed on the spot. So then, it's beyond just playing the instrument. Because some people think it's just about you being on stage and being shared on social media with your photos and being with these big shot celebs. But like the reason I'm asking these questions is because there's always like this assumed perception of you. So when you say you want people to get healed when they come to your shows, what do you actually mean by that?
First of all, I don't see anyone as a big shot.
Woo, the
Uh,
fire.
yeah, because people are just doing what they love, and they also have their limitations. They also have their strengths, like everyone else. We are all trying to navigate this life. You know, we yeah, we're trying to make it. We're trying to make it like to the next part of our lives where we become better human beings. So me sharing space with people that are like-minded is actually a blessing for me and for them,
Mm.
because it's not just about uh, my playing, me being great or them being great. It's about collectively creating something great, you know.
Mm.
And that thing is not done. I couldn't do it by myself. They can't do it by themselves, you know. We need a collective thing so that we can become one. So what I do is a collective work, and I work with people that are spreading a message that is meaningful to my people, meaning the people that I love. You know, the people. When I say the people that I love, I mean our people, African people, the diaspora. You know, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So what I do is honest. So when you're honest, it's and well thought of. I think this thing of saying things are spiritual is is somehow being seen as this thing that is outside of access to ordinary people. When you're intentional about what you do and you apply your mind and everything you are into it, that's being spiritual, either negative or positive.
Mm.
Because when someone comes to you and they want to be destructive to you and they're intentional about it, they are being spiritual, but in a negative way. They're just being evil. So if you do the same in a positive way, then it's said to be spiritual. All of it is spiritual for me, but it's just that the other one is negative.
Yes. So out of that flows your intention of at least making people feel whole and better and at peace, and that's where it comes with getting people healed.
Yeah. But most of all, you know this thing of saying you have to make other people heal. It's more about myself more than anyone because I also have to heal myself so that I can heal others. You get me?
But you gotta be
I can't claim that I'm healing anyone because it's like it's not it's I can't heal people when you're broken. You can't heal people when you're broken.
so
And if you do,
let
you'll
me
kill yourself.
no, then you're playing God, and that's what you don't want to play. If there is
Yeah,
such a
I
thing.
wanna play God. We're all trying to be amazing. And you know one thing I want to comment about, Nadine, is the fact that you are saying you are doing like that radio show for free. Remember you said
Yeah.
that. There's nothing for free. If you're saying you are doing it for free, you must change that mindset. The payment is different from what people are supposed to pay you for. You are getting educated. If you are there to learn, that's even
Mm.
more worth for you. Learn, unlearn the things that are bad habits that you're already doing on there. I did a lot of that. When I used to play in church, I used to say,
Yeah.
don't pay me. Don't pay me. Because anyways, you can't afford to pay me what I want. So don't pay me. I'll come to church. So that we cut that. You know, there's that thing when someone says, I pay you. You know, when people say that I pay you, hey, I get
Yeah.
shocked because you can never pay for what we do. You pay for the time,
Mm.
not what I do. Because what I do is special. Can pay me for the time.
I agree. I agree, and I thank you for reprimanding me because there was like I promise you, last week I literally had a call with someone to get advice about something. But now, just that mindset and the energy, because I have to say, I have been upskilled this entire year. My
Yes.
skill with hearing when jingles have to come on, when ads have to come, monitoring the timing, when just the times when the ads come programmed, just the clock, the entire clock of just the 3 hours, how to manage 3 hours of content, and juggling between interviews, introducing new
And
songs,
that's a lot of
um,
work.
content that you have to think about. So, yeah, I thank you for that. And that's important, guys. You have people that don't always agree with you, that they need to correct you. So mine's a bit different. Mine's on a social media platform and not in private. And we take it as it comes because Banda is full of honesty. And that's why I love him. That is why I love him. I don't know. This was a dope conversation. If you want to add anything. or ask him anything. I'm pretty chilled right now. If you want to continue this conversation, Banda.
I want to say thank you for anyone who's watching this. I want to say uh, we're all learning. We are all trying to become better human beings. And I want to say that we love uh, when this conversation are ahead because we get to learn more about ourselves. And let's continue doing that. And my friend here, stay beautiful and stay amazing. Do what you love. Don't try
I'm
and be
on
nice.
tomorrow. I'm on tomorrow, by the way.
You on tomorrow?
Yeah, but on the lunch show. So I'm standing in for the lady that does the lunch drive out to lunch tomorrow and on Monday.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
But I
That's fine.
want to say, Banda, I've never actually had the opportunity to say this to you, is that I think I can speak for everyone at this stage, but mostly because I've been a witness of it. Just your level of excellence that you have not compromised. That is one thing that has kept me accountable as an individual in my personal capacity to make sure that I don't negotiate with the level of excellence that I bring in any sphere I find myself in. And that's one thing I want to commend you for. I've seen your ethic, and by see I mean virtually, and I've only physically seen it once when you did a show at the Orbit. So like yeah, I really wanted to say that to you. Thank you for not compromising your standard of excellence that you do portray. I see it. And if I see it, I'm sure so many other people see it.
Thank you for saying that. I believe you need to do things right all the time. And I know I'm not liked for that, actually. That's one thing people don't like me for, because I don't compromise, especially when it comes to what we do. That's why I even have an agency, so that we don't compromise on these things. The product itself and how and when and like all the little things that people overlook, those are the things I look into and try and fix, so that when we do what we do, we don't have to worry. So I'm happy that people are seeing that, and I know that I'm not liked for it, and I'm not trying to be liked for it, but I know that there's a bigger picture to it.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to publicly say that to you because that's one thing that I'm like, dude, this dude like just doesn't compromise with his standard of excellence. And you know what's funny? The standard of excellence just attracts another standard of excellence, automatically. So I think that's why the doors continuously just open for you because you don't negotiate with that. And I see that. And it always keeps me accountable, even subconsciously, to like, even when I do the news, some days it's like, I honestly, some days I'm like, yo, with Banda, like, make sure this 3 o'clock bulletin is flipping awesome because this is your only bulletin. And if you mess up this bulletin, the only way you can resurrect what you did bad is at 4 o'clock, and that is a full hour. So don't mess this up. So it does play a role in my life to a certain extent, and I see it. I do see it, friend. I do. I really do, and I commend you for that.
Thank you. I'm happy about that. I'm really, 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 really happy. I was not trying to remind you about what you said about your thing. I was just saying that the way you perceive things can change a lot. The way you see things. Because in this world, there's a lot of people who are trying to trick and trick and trick people. And the way we
Yeah.
think is the main thing that can get us free spiritually. And that's how the spirit works actually. It starts here. Being spiritual starts in the mind. That's why it says renew your minds. Renew. You have to renew your mind to get to the
Mm.
spirit. If you're not renewing your mind and you are just praying, I'm sorry for you.
I'm so glad I'm whole as a person. Like, if I was insecure, I'll probably need counseling after this live because of like all these
No,
wounds that I would
this
have.
is not
I
about
would have
you,
got.
Nadine. It's not even about you. It's just
But we need this type of conversation. I just want to read out the comments that people said to you
okay.
or whatever before we say goodbye. I just don't want to not recognize
Acknowledge
the
them.
people that actually made time. Yeah. So Amaz Daniel Zuko. Even if they're not on, I'm sure they're probably going to watch this live. Corin Higgins. Some of the comments that came through was, wow, this limiter sounds like a wife. That was the comment that you said earlier on. Banda. Someone shouted Banda. Oh, that's Khoile. He's one of the listeners. What else did he say? Honesty, pure energy, basically self-knowledge. Oh, wow. There's a lot of people on here. I didn't see that. No Chol was on here. Banda is wisdom. People love you. Oh, Yak Blues from America was on, or he's still on. Hey there, how you doing, Sparks? Khoile says there's such as what? There's such as free lunch. I thought he said there's nothing as free lunch. And honestly speaking, if it wasn't for Bay FM Afternoon Drive Show, I wouldn't have known about Nadine. Grateful. Thanks, Banda. And I'm going to say this again. I so wish to meet you one day.
Oh, wow. It's going to happen. It's been said.
From your voice to God's ears, Khoile. Nadine, may you please save this live? I'll definitely save this live. Friend, I salute you. I honor you. I want to thank you for your time. We shall meet again when I get into Johannesburg. I have to see you. It's a must. I love you tons. And freaking Saw King. Saw. And rise.
Thank you. I love you more. Thank you so much for having me.
Love you, friend. Keep walking.
Take care.
Sure.
Yes.
That was Banda, and yes, I will save this live. Definitely save this live. I will even rewatch this live. And do not forget, tomorrow I do stand in for Mary Poppins from 12 to 3, Bay FM 107.9 tomorrow. So I stand in for her tomorrow as well on Monday. So guess who's streaming? Back in studio. Anyway, I'll bring you more of these soon. Definitely get some more people. But Banda, do check out his socials all over Facebook, all over Instagram, and all over Twitter. Banda Kusinati. Do keep safe, and do not forget that a flexible person is never, ever bent out of shape. Bye, guys.